Sorry, I had some music on. Sorry.
Hi everyone, it's Shelley Johns here from Gympie, and this is our first call for 2019. So it's fairly relaxed and informal because we really want to do a bit of brainstorming and planning for the whole year. And I think what we want to do is, draw upon everyone's experience and resources. So we've got kind of a nice balance here. We've got people that have had the longevity in the business and been around a while. We've also got Linda, who's just started and keen as beans to get going. And so it's good to know what each person wants from these calls, because I try and give a lot of value, but it'd be really great to create this mastermind group, because obviously a lot of the personal development we do is talking about surrounding yourself and being in a small country town or being isolated. Sometimes you feel like you want to all come together, and we've got this great Zoom call where we can all do that. Doesn't matter where we are, even if we're overseas, we can still pool our resources and work together. So some of the things I'm thinking is that having people share their story on how they got started in the business and sharing some lifestyle photos of what's possible. I think that would make a good call. It could be a shorter version for like half an hour, but also then including some recognition and looking at what promotions and events are coming up. So that's all included on a call. I think they would be good. I think so far, I know I've done Rosemary, and I know Irene and Con were waiting for Con to get better, but I had you on my list as well. And of course, Maureen, I'd love you to be able to share. Like we could line a call up, and also hopefully Dagmar might be interested as well. So is her partner Douglas, is it?
Yes, that's correct.
If they wanted to, it's no pressure. And I think Jan,
Shelley, sorry, what did you want from me?
So it'd be your story. So doing a call where I kind of interview you, ask how you got started, some of the things you did to get started, what happened to you on the products, sharing maybe some lifestyle photos. I can help put a PowerPoint together, and I can do the slides while you talk, so you don't have to think about other than talking and answering questions, and maybe just giving some tips on, because obviously you got to work with Mark Hughes, just some, maybe top 3 things you could share. So that, and it usually will go for about half an hour. So that could be something, and obviously you get plenty of notice. I wouldn't just
I have been in retirement for a long time, so I'm sort of that's okay.
And it's nice to share that, how you got started, and the fact that you have been able to retire.
Yes, it's fantastic. I've got a fantastic team.
Amazingly powerful story.
Yeah.
To share with someone, because we're looking to share. Imagine we just say, "Oh, here's Maureen's story. Come and have a listen." If you're I know Irene said they can retire, but she doesn't want to because she's got this purpose. Keep going. So,
I'd go crazy if I didn't have Herbalife.
Irene, I know what you mean now. Bill's retired. I know what you mean.
It's all ahead of you, Shelley.
Yeah.
It is.
That's it. Well, I'm about to turn 48 next month.
Wow. Yeah. Great.
And that'll be my 28th year in Herbalife.
Wow.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's
yes, we have a daughter turning 50.
Geez, you are a very young mother. Oh, wow.
No, not at all.
I was trying to give a compliment.
I tell you.
that you say that though.
Yes.
I had a couple of youngsters I've got on the products that come into the centre, Bree and Belinda, so they're 21, both of them, and they came to the goal setting workshop, which was great. So anyway, they're talking to me and that, because I must have told them my age before. I've been seeing them for the last couple of months. I've been coming in and getting the results done, and I said, "Oh, do you want to have kids?" And I said, "Oh no, I think we'll just get a few more pets." And they got partners. And I said, "Oh, no problem." I said, "Well, just don't worry, because I didn't have my girls until I was 35, and they kind of just stopped." And because they knew how long I'd been taking Herbalife, so they just assumed I started when I was 10 on the products or something. And I went, "Oh no," I said, "I'm about to turn 48," and they went, "Wow, really? We thought you were like 32." And I said, "Oh, yeah."
Oh, wow. Well, you've got that beautiful skin.
Yeah, so the Herbalife Glow, and how many people want to look younger? They want to look healthy, and I went to I took the girls shopping. We went, and they were allowed to spend some of their Christmas money, so I went to Sunshine Plaza, which is way out of my comfort zone, way too many people, so that's okay.
You should have come by, Shelley.
Well, we'll do that next time.
Okay, that's the deal.
And so anyway, I went there, and it was interesting because I hadn't been in a big shopping centre like that for a while. And I just realised how many people were either overweight or just didn't look very healthy, and they looked stressed. Like it's actually very apparent on. I think we've got such a powerful thing to be able to share with, especially with our longevity and looking, healthy and younger and things for longer. So I think that's where our experience can come into play. And then, of course, I know, Linda, you're talking about co-hosting some of the calls and stepping up and doing that. So co-hosting is great because you have an experienced person with you, and it's a nice way to ease into it. So that, I need it because obviously I don't get to do as many meetings and trainings in the front of a live crowd. It's all like this, and I've needed it to keep my skills up and just be current, and that. So I love it. I feel like I can plug into everything. And I know this Wednesday there's not Alan Renz, but the Legends Who Lead call. I was able to get onto that, so that's once a month. And I know Alan Lorenz shared the link the other day out to everyone, so you have to hop on early. It's at 7 a.m. on Wednesday. So it's for TAB team members and above.
So Shelley, just a question. How do you get onto that call?
Jennifer shared it with me, but I noticed I'm friends on Facebook with Alan Lorenz, and he actually put the link out to all his people, so it must have gone out. And of course, it can only fit 500 people, so they went.
So it's full.
So you need to get on early. You need to, like, we're on at 6:45 or 6:40. I'm ready to hop on, so that so it's only for TAB team, but that one's a really good one to jump on. And of course, because we didn't have that mastermind group, I was like, yes, I've got this Monday night one, but who else? You're around. You're the sum total of the 5 people you hang around the most. Well, it's like, well, who are these people that I can be affected by and influenced by? So these are great. These are all like president's team members and above, sharing their experiences and that, which is really great. So that one, I'll see how I can find that link for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's on. Are you friends with Alan Lorenz on?
Yeah, I am. I'm friends with him on Instagram, and I think he's closed down his Facebook page, hasn't he?
I don't know. I thought I saw it on there. I'll have a look and I'll send it. It's on there, so he shared.
Well, I'll go back to Facebook then, because I was friends with him on Facebook.
Through and you'll see there's some photos show while he was actually doing the call. So I just thought that was a good one as well, because we all need someone to inspire us, like every single person.
Maureen, if you go on to I don't know whether I've only just started using Instagram, but on there, Alan Lorenz is on there as well, and he puts up some really brilliant things, as do a lot of the top leaders. So that might have a link there as well.
Yeah, I am friends with him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll
have a look.
Yeah, so if not, then I'll help you out with that. So that's once a month, and for TAB team and above. And I thought that was a really great one to plug into, because sometimes you can feel a bit isolated. If you've been retired for a while, you're not really plugged into anything or whatever. With Con being having operations and stuff, you've had to do things a bit differently already. So, and same with you, Lindy, having the boys, where you've got to be focused on them. And so it's just the way we need to plug into something. We all need that support system. So I was thinking for this year, so what I did, because obviously I've got to wait, Ross needs to wait 12 months before he can join me in the business. And so we do a lot of personal development together. So we did this free community goal setting workshop on Saturday, which is really cool.
You couldn't go.
That's okay.
I would love to have gone.
It was a full room, so that Dex room was full. So we had 37 people come.
Fantastic.
And 31 I'd never met before.
Wow, good.
Cool. And I had some Herbie beverage and some hydrate that they could drink. I had my button on, but pretty much there was nothing else other than a little flyer that I gave in with their pack that they could take with them that said who I was. But I basically said sponsored by Gympie Lifestyle Central, which is our office. And then I got up and did an intro before, because Ross did the actual goal setting component. I just introed and said who I was. And from that, I've got 4 people that are interested in coming in to have a chat with a evaluation. So that was good.
Good on you.
But I will continue. I'm doing it as I know it takes in social media. You can't just jump on people and then go, hey, I want you to buy Herbalife. You have to take time to develop a relationship and rapport. Otherwise, they're just going to block you.
Yeah.
So you don't want that. You want a long-term relationship, just like everything else. So what I'm going to do is I've got all their names. So here's all their names and phone numbers and how they found out about it. And basically what I'm going to do is I've just slowly started sending some of them a friends request. Then I'm going to drip feed some different resources and see how they're going. And then, so lots of value. It's not costing them anything. And then say, hey, by the way, do you know anyone, or a next challenge is starting, or whatever it might be. And then to do that. So I've been listening to a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk on Facebook and YouTube. He does a lot of keynote speeches on social media. He's got a book called Crushing It. I think you're reading that one, aren't you, Lindy? Look, he does.
I gave it to Jill, but I've got stuck on 2 other books. I said if I read a book a month, I'd be happy, but I'm going through 1 a week now, so I'm just...
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, yeah. So Gary's great. Look, if you listen to him, he does swear a lot, just so you know. The F word does come out a little bit. He's just being himself. He's being very authentic. He doesn't swear all the time, but he's very genuine. And because he's got successful businesses, everything he's sharing is free. He doesn't want anything for it. So it's actually a beautiful way to get all this knowledge. So I've been learning lots from him, picking up all these tips on how to use social media. And you have to be patient. It takes time. He's been doing it for 10 years, giving free content. So everything I learn, I'm going to make sure that we share on these calls as well. Minus
what was his surname?
Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V, they call him.
Gary V. Okay.
If you type in, Google him, he'll come up. Crushing It's one of his books. I think it's very relevant for us to learn social media. He talks a lot about how LinkedIn is actually now coming a lot more up with it, like they've made changes to it to make it more current in the market. He talks about Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I haven't got my head around Twitter and the other one, can't remember what it's called, Snapchat, but I'll put the apps on my phone just so I can have a look.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's Twitter's one of those really weird things. You have to keep putting it in as a feed as opposed to having a relationship of a conversation, if you know what I mean, through the other ones. So it's, and you'll get all that stuff.
Each one, it has a certain demographic, like Facebook, obviously our age group, and Snapchat might be for the under 30s. So there's definitely different demographics if you're trying to attract different people into your business, but you have to prepare to put the time in. So for us, old school, that we like going out talking face to face. I think there's that healthy balance. It's like spinning the plates, like Gary always said. You've got your plate where you're going out, walking and talking and doing face to face, doing the stuff we know that works, and then adding in some different techniques that get us up with the times. And because technology is there and it's only going to increase, so if we learn to embrace it and not be scared of it or not resent it, because the fact is it's only going to keep growing. And eventually we'll have voice recognition, which is already coming. You've got your Google Home stuff, which I don't know much about. Artificial intelligence and also voice recognition, all those things are coming, and what it's doing is it's saving us time. So it's actually compressing, so we spend less time doing that, we've got more time to do what we want. So it's actually perfect for our industry because it helps us to work smarter and get more time to do what we want and what
good perspective.
Yes, so I've been listening to him a lot, and I'm quite inspired by him. Because I feel like he's on the right track, and he's giving the right information because he's got the runs on the board. So so anyway, the goal setting workshop went really well. So my job is to follow up on all these people and develop relationships and see how many people out of those that I can convert into clients or get referrals from or team members, and start doing that. So it was lots of fun, and it was great, and it was so they didn't have to pay for anything, so they got a lot of value. And I thought it went really well. I thought it was a really great.
So did you serve them? You serve them herbal beverage and shake at them? Yeah.
So I had jugs of Herbie beverage. So I think there was probably 8 or 9 people that I knew. So and there was Kate, Heidi, Bree, Belinda, Ray. There's people that were already on Herbalife. So there's probably 5 or 6 of them. So that would have been, and they were threaded throughout the group. And that happened naturally. I didn't actually plan that. And so they would have gone and got stuff and was drinking it. So I saw lots of people drinking it. I had it all pre-made in jugs, and then I had hot tea, like hot water, so they could make the tea hot. There was hydrate in jugs. Then I had the containers of each, and then I put proudly donated or by Gympie Lifestyle Central. So they knew that it was, they could use it. It was a fruit platter. There was a bowl of apples and bananas. So I tried to make it very healthy. And then everyone went in a prize draw too. So we did a lucky door prize of personal development books. We gave away the Jim Rohn one and Think and Grow Rich. So I think it was, I think it went really well. Then I did.
How long did it run for, Shelley?
It started at 10 a.m. and went to 12. So we'll probably wrapped up by about 1:45. No one had questions, of course, because no one wanted in front of everyone, but that's okay. But a few people I said, oh, please, can you give feedback? And I think this is the first event that I did on Facebook where I really kept posting regularly and engaging with everyone, asking people to share. It had like 30 shares of the event, which is great. And basically I didn't just look at who was going. I looked at who was interested, and I personal messaged them and said, hey, I noticed you're interested in our workshop. Would you like me to book a spot for you? This is what you're going to get, blah, blah, blah. And from that, I think I got the best result out of 27 people interested. I think I got 6 or 7 people booked, and then they just kept going. Even the day before, night before, I had people ringing or messaging and booking their spot. So it was really, really good, actually. And so, yes, it's a bit more of a soft way to engage, but it gave me a whole new set of influence. And I just think it was a great one to, over time to build into clients and maybe even team members as well. So I thought,
good on you.
And I really enjoyed it. So probably something I might do twice a year, beginning of the year or mid-year, something like that. And it was probably good that Ross got to do something too while he's waiting.
But this time of year, that's really good to get such a good turnout, because a lot of people are on holidays and things. So you've done really well to get such a good response as it is this time of year anyway. It's great.
I think the word free really helped.
Yeah, no, but still, it's still in the midst of the busy school terms and stuff. So good on you.
Yeah, a lot of people are still on holidays.
So I'm back into my routine. So I've got a monthly plan. I've got a new diary. Now I'm starting to re-engage back with customers, making sure that they're ready. You've got enough product. They're ready to track their results again. So the thing that I was thinking too that might be good, because I'm not sure what you do with your customers, if you do like an online challenge, but I was thinking if we maybe on the 28th of January, we do a 4-week online challenge, and that we all, any coach that wants to bring their clients in, that we all work in together as a team, as our own mastermind group. Because I have tried to join other people's that had other coaches on, and that hasn't been successful. They've either said they've had too many coaches, or they just didn't want me to join in with them. And of course, you know what I'm like. I like to include everyone.
Yeah, me too.
So I have a think about it, because it's actually really simple. It's no different than posting. We just set up a private group. It might be called our 28-day challenge or 4-week challenge, whatever we decide to call it, because it'll be over February. Feel the love, challenge or something, because it's coming up to Valentine's Day.
Yeah, good.
Whatever it is that we want to call it, goes for 4 weeks. Look, there's a few different ways of doing it. They don't have to have an entry fee. They can join for free, but they have to be on product. That's probably, I do like that one, because then they either have to be on a trial pack or a program or something to be on the challenge. We just come up with a few basic prizes that we could do. I find the promote items are great. I know cash is great, but if you're doing it where they join for free and they have to be on product, that does work quite well. Or you do it as a just totally free challenge with a view to upgrade them as you go, because everyone's in charge of their own clients. Or they pay, like obviously we've done the 12-week challenges for $49, so it might be a 4-week challenge for $25 or whatever it might be. The last one I did, they actually, when they joined, I think it was $40, and that included a trial pack. So basically they got on a trial pack if they weren't on the products, and then the $15 went into prize money, and if they were already on a program, they just paid whatever the minimal amount was, and that went straight into prize money as well. So that's probably something we can think about. So if you want to have a think, if you'd like to join in, and then all you're doing is you're sharing how you have your shakes and what you're enjoying, how Herbalife fits in with your lifestyle, and you're just sharing that. So that might work well too. So have a think about it, and you can.
It's just, this is all new to me, because I've never done any of this. So I'm just
new to me too.
Sorry, it's interesting though. There's this girl in the UK. called Danielle or something,
Yeah.
who used to be on one of these shows called Towie or something. Anyway, she's got involved in Herbalife, and in 2 years, she's gone to 15K, like presence team. And she's done a lot of it through the online challenges.
Yep.
She does it all on Instagram and pulls people in for all the online challenges. And yeah, no,
So, because you know how we've got Challenge Yourself Daily, we've got that group. So that's the coach group, Challenge Yourself Daily.
Yes.
That's a secret group, so you can only be invited onto that, and then and what I'll do is eventually put you all as admin so you can add people to it. So it's basically the same as that group, except we set up a totally new group called whatever we want to call it for that challenge. And then you can close it down afterwards too once you finish, or you can rename it for the next one, which means then you scoop more people onto it, and it just keeps building. So you call it the 28-day challenge. It's a secret group, so you add people on that are your clients or people that are interested in just working on the results. They might not even be on Herbalife yet, but your job's to upgrade them just like you would on a normal weight loss challenge. And then all you're doing is posting. If you posted a photo of your shake that you had by the swimming pool, Irene, on your time.
I don't know how to post.
Okay, well I'll show you how to do that.
Okay. I honestly don't. I like to share. Post.
Irene, is that why perhaps you haven't accepted my friend request on Facebook, because you don't know how to add little and get a friend?
And I meant to ask Francisca when I went down to Sydney. However, our traditional biscuits, the girls had a challenge. They ended up as hard as anything. So I spent between the accountant, financial advisor, and in the kitchen before Christmas.
Don't make me
tell it. There's a computer.
Don't make me fly up there and come and show you.
I will learn this if it's the last thing I do. I'm determined. Sherry, I feel this is the year I'm able to come back. I'm more relaxed now. It's not as concerning. There's still challenges, but it's not like it was. Let me put it that way. It was so much worse.
Well,
so I'm very happy and excited.
Right. Well, we can come for a trip up and trip over. Not that far from you. What, 45 minutes or so?
Yeah.
So we can come and then I can sit down and show you how to do a bit of the
The
posting.
other thing is, bring the girls if they're swimmers. They can be in the pool and Con can watch them.
Sure.
Con can keep out of it.
Oh yes. Now you know, Maureen.
So let's do that. And so if you're interested, look, it doesn't have to start on the 28th of January. I was thinking that was probably fairly good. I know it's kind of right back on back.
It's a good time though, isn't it? Because people are back and they're looking at their weight and they're like everybody and they're thinking, oh my gosh. And so, it could be a good time around
Yeah.
that.
So we just need to think about the details of how many weeks. I think 4 weeks is a nice time frame.
I think so.
I think so too.
Does it need to
4
be
weeks.
free and they have to be on product, or does it free for everyone? And then we, with a view that some people are on Herbalife and some aren't, and then our job is, you might have 10 people on the challenge, or we each got 10 people, and then whoever other coaches, because we'll open it up to everyone in the group that wants to do that. And then if they've all got their own, so that's how you get this great pool of resources, because it's not just one person, because usually it's just, when I do the challenge, it's me trying to keep up with all the stuff in the challenge.
Yeah. Did you say, Shirley, you'd asked to go into another challenge with other people?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah. So okay. Yeah.
I said they had too many coaches. It was too big. So
All right.
I thought that.
But how many challenge? I mean, they have a lot of challenges going on around Australia at present, don't they?
Well, it's just trying to find some. Yeah, this has always been the thing. I guess it's like, I can't wait to use the word clicky, but sometimes people are just comfortable with.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So I'm pretty much like I don't want to do it on my own all the time. It actually makes perfect sense to, and it's a great learning platform for you if you haven't done it before too, because everything's all set up. So I'll set up the group, name it, get it all the infrastructure in place, and then over time you learn how it all works, so that yes, you can then we can teach, because the best part about it is once you do a 4-week challenge, you learn how to do it. Then you can have break-off groups. It gets bigger, so that Linda, you might have a few people that you're getting that, you go, great, I've got this group now that they're all independent and they're doing their own because they want to do it in a different style. They might be, in a different generation where they want to use Instagram or whatever. They can do it their way, and that's perfectly fine. So you keep the core group, and then they start getting offshoots, like this lady that's obviously in the UK that's gone to President's Team.
Yeah.
There's multiple challenges going on all the time.
I'm learning some of the live feeds to do too. I can do it on my mobile, but I can't for the life of me work out how to do it on my laptop.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's a learning curve as well. So getting that side of it sorted too is a challenge.
And making it fun, like, hey, we're swimming today in the pool, that's our exercise done for the day, or here's my favourite shake or my favourite snack, or I'm in the supermarket with my little video going, hey, look, I know this looks like it's packaged healthy, but look how much sugar's in this, so this is actually the better one, and actually that commentary thing where you're actually showing what's good, so you can make it really interactive and fun and interesting so that people are getting
relatable.
What is it? Do you run your challenge through Facebook, or do you run it through Instagram? Or
I'm not very good at Facebook. I'm not very good at Instagram. I'm still learning.
So what do you run it? So I'm hopeless, but what do you run the challenge through then?
So I'd like a secret group, like Challenge Yourself Daily.
Oh, I see.
I just have a separate secret group, but we all get added onto it. So I add you on as admins, so you can add your clients and that. Then you welcome them into the group. We probably have like a little welcome post that you add people to. Hey, such and such, welcome to the challenge. Read this, so they'll see a post that's got a file attached to it that they can click on and download, and it's got all the information about the challenge. So we've there and do it that way. So it's actually quite, but I'll set all that up. And then basically each day we go, okay, well, this week's all about protein. That's all, talk about what we do, what our protein choices are for our main meals, or why which Herbalife shake we love the best, and show some recipes. The next week might be about healthy snacks. So we all show all the different snacks that we have. The next week might be about, whatever it might be, fiber. And we just run through. So each week could have a certain topic.
Is there somewhere that they can go to each day to get some support?
Yeah, so they'll have that so there'll be posts every day, because obviously we'll be posting what we're doing. And then what you want is you want your customers to start getting interactive too and posting what they're doing. So you go, hey everyone, today's all about healthy snacks. Can everyone post in? So you have a post, and every time someone comments, they can post their photos of what their healthy snack was as well. So that on one post, someone can go in and see like 20 different healthy snacks that everyone's done, all on that one post.
Irene, yeah.
I'm just stunned.
I was just going to say, Maureen, and some of the ones that the challenges that I've got involved in Ipswich when I was in Queensland, you had these daily, like Shelley was saying, daily things. There might be different things that people would either showing you how to measure, all that sort of stuff. But then once a week, you'd have to photograph your feet on the set of scales in a private message and post it to the administrator. So they then keep a log of your body fat or your weight and that sort of thing. Yeah. So the people aren't just going on there going, oh yeah, I've done this. It actually is visual, so they can see that they've done it. They're not cheating.
It has to be honesty and accountability. So
that's right.
Take a photo of before and after photo, measurements. Then they can do a body scan. Great, if they have got scales, it doesn't matter. And then them standing on their scales with their feet and looking at whatever that weight was. So it does eliminate cheaters, and it doesn't. Then that doesn't normally happen. I've very rarely. I think I've only had that in the whole time I've done it. Maybe one person I thought, and I asked them for a photo and they didn't supply it, so they couldn't get a prize. So there's that honesty and accountability. But I do think we attract, because we're attracting people like us, so we probably wouldn't really get that many people like that, is what I'm thinking. So have a think about it. We'll talk about it again next week, and I'll also message you privately. And so if you're thinking you just want to give it a crack, even if you just want to jump on more and see how it all runs, you can be part of it and look. And then if you want to feel
a bit like Irene,
I'm so grateful that we have Shelley, and I'm so grateful that she doesn't live far from me.
I'd love to know help with that, and we can even do a little video on how to do it. We can actually video it So then Maureen can watch it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Come visit.
Just a question, one more question then, because I see like in the UK when they're doing this challenge, because it's obviously massive, like the prizes are, if you win, you get, I don't know, £5,000 or something ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's just,
That's
but even in Australia, I've seen that groups are banding together and they're giving $1,000 as a prize if you win the challenge. So
I thought there was a limit on how much that prize you could get out.
In Australia, we've got a cap. So because I know that Joanna Guinea was doing one, and they were really promoting it. This massive prizes.
Yes.
And that got canned. It was a great challenge because I was about to join in with it, and then I was thinking, gee, that's a big prize thing. I thought in the manual and had a look. So there is definitely.
What's the cap then?
600 or something, is it?
It's no more than $600 because
500 or 600.
They didn't.
Well, some of them must be getting around it some way. I don't know because I've seen.
I guess they're doing it until they're stopped.
I think some of them, what they're doing, Maureen, is that like you know, I know some. Sorry, Shelley, some of them get promoting the higher prices, but if you cap it at 600, then part of that group might get the biggest weight loss. Someone might get the biggest fat percentage.
That might be. They might get different prizes. Yeah. That's right. That's how they.
If they're advertising it in-house in their private group, then you could probably do whatever you want in your private group. But if you're doing it up publicly, that's a different.
You have to. Yeah.
So if you've got it on your
you want to keep the golden goose happy.
That's
right. Absolutely.
So we'll talk about that. You know what? It doesn't even have to be prize money. We could all pull together. It could be a voucher for something, or
I like that much more.
Yeah, it could
or
be
something like you said, like the Jim Rohn book, or not that like the quotes, or something like that is just more personal.
There are even just some merchandise as well. Like there's things we can all pull in resources together and keep it fair, and we're all contributing. So let's work on that, and I'll come up with. I'm thinking 20th of January because I've got so much on my plate at the moment.
That's good. You're busy.
Like time to just get some things in place. That's how I'm thinking, and just juggling as well because I've got such a different routine. The weeks I have the girls have just gone back to Brett. So now this week I can just go full on and work as hard as I can. Then when I come back, I like to have that healthy life, family balance as well. So it's been different having those two different work weeks. So the other thing was the type of calls that we're going to do. So because it's 8:06 now, so I think we spend another 10 minutes or so just going through this. And then how do you feel that on every single call we're talking about, because obviously we're going to have our team members on these, talking about the different promotions and events. Does that need to be done on every call, or should we do like a comprehensive one once a month? What do you think?
Well, I think a comprehensive one once a month. I think that's good.
Yeah, I think that sounds smart. However, depend if you're not aware of it and it's once a month. When would you do it? At the beginning of the month, possibly.
Oh, yeah.
So
you don't want to miss out,
No.
How about then? I've got a solution to that. How about once a week then? If I did like a little video talking about each thing, and then put the video onto the group, and then you can share that or tag your team on it.
You'll show me how to tag.
Yes, I can.
That's funny.
Can't show you.
Oh, you know yourself. I can learn from Shelley.
Well, Shelley, you've got extra things to do this year.
No. I only need it once. Show me once, I'm fine.
Yep, I can say like a weekly video going through different things. And the other thing you need to do then when we do the post of the video, because we're all in different areas. Are you still in South Australia, Maureen?
No, I'm in. I was in Sydney, and then I've moved up to Soldiers Point, which is near Nelson Bay.
Okay.
Oh, so I won't be seeing you at the Sydney SESs then.
Oh no. I'm trying to go down. I will be going down to the next one. Are you going to it?
I'm not sure because I go away 10 days later to Bali.
Yeah,
so,
true.
I'm trying to. It depends on the carers getting them in. That's my thing. So, and of course I'd like to get them going in Canberra again like we used to, but that's,
Have to take a little time.
Yes, I think so. Yes. I want everything happening yesterday. That's my problem.
Well, so we did a weekly video with all the different things coming up. Then also in that post that when you post it, then in the comment sections you go, hey, by the way, there's an HOM going on here, or we're doing this or doing that. So little mini type events could go threaded into the comment section of that as well. So we'll work on that. And then each month we do a comprehensive one too, so that can go out. I know that Herbalife Corporate, they haven't done it recently, but they usually do a PowerPoint with all the current promotions, and I try and share that on the group so that you can actually use it at your meetings and training. So that should be getting on top of that. I'm expecting the next tab team call to be coming up soon, because I know people have been asking about it.
Kelly, can I ask you a question? If you've got people overseas, it's only because I was just listening to some Mark Hughes when I went for a walk today, and I thought, if you've got, I don't know, I'm going to Bali, just say, for instance, I get 10 people there or something. Like if you've got, if I'm here and I'm over there, then, where do I go to plug in to where different things are around the world?
Oh, I think you two should answer that, because international, Irene and Maureen.
Maureen, well, first of all, depending on where you're going, you need to understand the rules of that country. That's probably the first thing, because in certain countries, for example, like India, as a non-Indian, you can't sell products retail. You can't buy products. You have to actually do it through a member. So there's a lot in each country. Europe is pretty ordinary like us, but depending, I don't know what the rules are for Bali, but what I would suggest is you look up the main Herbalife Center in Bali, as well in Indonesia, and ask them to send you now before you go. They would have it in English, the rules, regulations, what's available, where is the closest. They will have that, the same as you can ring up the center in Sydney and they have the details, or Adelaide. So that's how you go about it. That's what we did for Europe. And then if you have contacts, if somebody knows somebody over there, then that's even better. So you're going to Bali before the spectacular. Otherwise, I would have said to talk to Kim Brome or But anyway, that's one way of doing it. But that's probably the best way, because you learn more what's fitting into your idea of what you want to do over there anyway.
Yeah, because it's just interesting, because I just went to update my phone plan, and then the girl I spoke to was from Bangladesh. So it just got me thinking when I got home, oh, okay, Bangladesh. Well, what would happen if, and then it just, because she's a resident here, she's got dual citizenship. So I just, it's just one of those things going around in my head of, it's going to strike me at some stage. So I just want to know how to address it. That was all.
Now you know. But if you're going to Bali and you want to do some business over there, get informed now, so you have it all at your fingertips. So when you go over there, you're number one, you know what to do. Number two, you know the rules and regulations.
Okay.
Really important. Have you anything else to add, Maureen?
No, you covered it very well. Lindy, are you going over there? Have you got people over there already?
No, I was just, I'm hoping. No. It's a long story. I was doing the Philippines, but that changed. And so I'm just going to Bali, where I'm just going to do a bit of, because I've lost so much weight. So now I can get out there and trek and do some things I really enjoy. So,
good. Great. Yes.
Yeah. So my intention is just to walk and trek and have some fun and do some reading.
And relax, and then if you meet anyone, Yeah. Because you've got a fantastic story.
Oh, thank you.
Lost so much weight.
Time for yourself.
Yeah, I don't get that. Yeah.
I know.
We know you'll be talking to everyone that moves. We know what you like.
I hope so. I've got big goals.
Well, you know where we are. You can always text us or send us a message.
I'll text. I'll call at some ungodly hour of the morning at no.
That doesn't matter.
Get Con to answer the text.
Yeah.
I can text.
No. Just thinking how grumpy you'd be if a text came through at 1 a.m.
Hear it, I would.
I got a message from Jennifer. She just said she hasn't got back onto the call yet, but she will. She's just trying to clear out 30 years of the accumulation in the office. And so she said that she'll get back onto the call soon. So Jan and Jennifer should be on next week. So I'm thinking for call topics, obviously the obvious ones, product training and HOM, which could be done so every so often as an update. And each person, because it's always good to add in different stories. So we have lots of product training recordings anyway, and we have one HOM one, which I'd like to compress into a shorter time span. So we'll try and get it. We can always do that not on a team call. We can actually do it at a separate time, purely just for to record an HOM would be good. So the other ones, obviously, recruiting and retail. Marketing plan and part 1 training, all those kind of the basics.
And maybe also it might be an idea to cover once, maybe later down the track, how to take advantage of the promotions, what to look out for, and what, I think that people miss out on promotions because they think they're great, but they don't know how to approach it, how to work it, how to achieve it. Not so much the volume, but just, the importance of it, how you do it, what you do, what to look out for, and how you monitor it.
Yeah.
Something like that, maybe.
It's actually good. Some of the track, when you go to some of the leadership weekends, the speakers always talk about tracking and, that sort of stuff is a little bit, something I need to learn. Whether there can be something along that side would be helpful as well.
Yeah. Have you any ideas, Maureen?
No, I'm taking this all on board.
But you also are very experienced. So if you have something that comes to mind that we would really appreciate if you shared it, because everybody puts in, and it doesn't matter if it's a good, bad, or indifferent. It's just a matter of sometimes you can say one thing that leads to another that is the perfect answer.
Yeah.
So we do need your help.
Yeah, I will. At the moment, I'm just sort of getting it back into it already. Yes, I do understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So, well, I've got here HOM product training.
Yeah.
Recruiting and retail, part 1 marketing plan. So that's all quite basics. Then social media. I think that always needs to be covered.
That's really important. Yeah.
Gauges and tracking or using BizWorks. I'm actually trying to get Mike Thors to do one of those so that we could utilize. I need a lot of help with that. How to run a challenge, how to do a shake party, utilizing promotions, personal development, skin, using the personal care and skin, how to plan your business, and even that could be right down to a 90-day plan, and interviewing people on their stories like we talked about earlier. So they're just a few things. So
brilliant, Shelley.
And so even the art of rejection, or not the art of rejection, but how to handle rejections and oppositions too. That's often, unless you've got a great deal of confidence, it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes.
So role playing and scripts, of course, that would all come into that, and also and obviously follow up. That's the other one. So that's plenty of content, and then obviously getting people. And so generally, what I do, Maureen, is run a call. Is then as we're going through, like I've already pre-set who's going to contribute on the call. So you might come in and go, yep, here's some, we're doing follow-up and we cover all the slides and everything. Then you might come on and share some typical questions and objections that you've had with your clients. So you would handle them. So then it's not just one person talking, like there might be 4 or 5 of us all including what we're doing on the call. So it's lots of voices of value and you're hearing different ways of saying it. So that's been really good having.
On these calls though, you'd have to be mindful of the time, wouldn't you? So too many.
So I've got the time in front of me. So I know at 8:30 we should be wrapping up. So we should not be going up past 8:30 because an hour's calls a fair bit for most people's attention. If I've got the girls here, then I know they're getting tired and want to get to bed. Often Caitlin will come and sit on my lap when she's tired here. So you always know when she's getting tired because she's on my lap. So I try not to go past 8:30. So it has to be done in an hour. I think we're getting better at that. Keeping it. So it's basically we do intro, good news. Everyone shares what's happened with the good news. Normally I've preempted that before the call starts as well, saying, who's got a customer, who got a new distributor, has someone achieved something.
Sorry, Shelley,
Yep.
Can I just ask something? So, because this is the first call I've been on.
Yep.
So, this isn't the normal format of the calls then?
No, this is a completely informal. It's kind of strategy and planning and a bit of brainstorming on what we're going to do for the year. So this is
okay. All right, I've got it. Sorry, you probably think I don't mean to sound stupid, but because I haven't been on one before.
So generally, it's a bit more structured. We would do it. Whoever's running the call, which is generally me at the moment, but obviously that will change over time. Intros the call, I make sure it's recorded, and then I convert it to a YouTube video link so that we can share it and can go out to whoever you want it to go out to. You can email it, you can personal message it, text it, so people can listen to it after if they couldn't get on the call. So we share our good news. So generally I've asked each person, so I try and do 4 or 5 people and keep it fairly short.
Yes.
Then we go through the topic, and then whoever shares, they already know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we generally wrap it up, do a little bit of promotions at the end, but if we take off that and have the promotions video link that can go into the group or be sent out to everyone, then that means that's getting covered anyway, unless there's something really that just came out that we need to cover, or it's the SDS is this weekend, which is something, and we'll talk about that. Something that's really prominent, but we've also got to take into account that there's people from not just Queensland but all over the place, so that we may have to make sure everyone's included. So that's why the promotions could probably get a little bit out of hand after a while. So we do a weekly one, which is here's all the SDSs, or here's all the kickoffs, spectacular, the extravaganza, the Herbie Vacay, all the different things that we can include. So obviously there's a big difference between promotions and events, and maybe even having 2 separate ones. So here's all the promotions you can go for, and here's all the events that you should be working towards.
Right.
And generally I'm keeping an eye on the time. I try not to go over. So now it's 8:20. I know that we need to be wrapping up. So generally I'm trying to do that, make sure that, so I've got lots of PowerPoint presentations that we've done for the whole year that are all recorded as well. So I might just send you a couple of recordings so you can kind of see the format.
Okay.
We'll tag you on one of the calls. And basically we just change the slides. So I've got the good thing about doing the presentations, it means most of the stuff's already done, and then all you need to do is put someone's intro slide on and change maybe 1 or 2 at the end if we're doing some promotions. So it means that most of the stuff's already in place, except for some of the new topics that we'll probably do this year. But of course, I'm more than happy for someone to put their own PowerPoint presentation together, because it's quite time intensive.
Irene?
I can do a PowerPoint, but I don't know how to put it on whatever goes on.
You know what I was like at the start of the year, how I used to lose everything and stuff would disappear, and I've only just mastered it.
You've got a whole variety of slides, and even when it comes up on Facebook with some of your little doodaddies, sorry, I don't know the word for it, really good, I just sit there and it does my head in. When you give me that link, I thought I can do that, and no, it's not that easy.
It just takes time and making mistakes and playing around with things. I'm quite artistic, so obviously for me it gives me that chance to be creative, so that I like that, being able to put things on photos or change them, and I'm always playing around doing stuff like that.
How did you do the comic book sort of one? At Christmas, that was fantastic, like the DC Comics. That was great. That was the
Christmas app, so I just downloaded on the phone, even though there's very annoying ads on there. I've still got it on their Christmas app, so when you put it on, you download it on Google, you can't see it anyway. So
I understand a bright light. Okay, Christmas apps. Okay.
And then I can choose, and it's got New Reality.
Wow.
It's got a whole different ones, but the one, I think it was Masterpiece, that one. So that gave me all these different, sorry, I'm just trying to do it so you can see.
A bit hard to see.
And there's actually like pop art style. That was probably it.
Because I'd like to think of it arty-farty and like the music side and stuff. And so
And I can just sort of do that. Like if we're out, I can do that in a few seconds or minutes and just change it and then add it, because I like good content. I know that the more content you put out there, more written content, audio and video. And the more you put that out there, that goes out into cyberspace, and you're building on top of that. So you're as far as your clients and team, and you're the brand, you're the head person that they see. So they need to know who you are. So you need to continue to put that out so they build that trust and rapport, and then the Herbalife comes in for that, because they want to know what you do and they want to take that next step. So it's just putting your own content out. Facebook loves your original content. Basically, it likes you want to show who you are too, and however much, like Gary Vee says, he doesn't show anything about his family because they decided that he was, so big that he didn't want that to encroach on their family time. But of course, I've got a lot of friends and family that live in the state, including my brother and mum and dad and that. So I like to put stuff on Facebook because I know my family and friends that don't see us get to see it. So it's really a personal choice, really. You can also do your own business Facebook profile, so you can keep business and family separate. I don't think I could do two. I think that would do my head in, knowing that I've got groups to post in and all these other things. It's like juggling. I don't want to add one more thing in.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but then I thought it's a nice, clean Facebook thing for me, so I'm not doing anything inappropriate anyway. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's it. And we want to teach people to do things right, especially with social media. So this year, gathering a whole bunch of new people. So for obviously for Maureen and our Indigo Presidents team, you need a whole new organisation, right? For me,
yes.
I need a whole new organisation to be working with, and so we want to teach them right, because it's so easy on social media for people to do stuff wrong.
Or also move your downline to be working a bit harder, hey?
Yeah. And Shelley, you do it. One of the things that Maureen, I say this, Shelley does a lot of things, as I would say, old school, which basis of what Herbalife is about, so that anyone that you bring on will get that raw, and that honest, clear Mark Hughes message.
The Mark Hughes philosophy.
And Shelley personifies that in her trainings and what she does.
I remember you, Shelley, way back in Adelaide when you were about 21. Is that right? Gosh.
Golly.
So yeah, it would have been. I was so shy. I was petrified.
Good on you. I mean, it's very good of you to set this whole thing up.
Yeah, I love it. I love engaging and connecting, and I need it. Like as I've always said to you, we all need each other. So I feel like this is, utilising all our experience, and we got to see Mark Hughes and get trained by him, and so we can take that into this with the new technology, because I'm also aware that I need to learn some of the new stuff as well. So it's a bit of old and new. Back to basics, simple. The more simple we can make it, the more people can do it. So I think if we keep to that and really sharing the essence of what Mark Hughes taught us, and Gary and Merv and all those people as well, that's what we need to do.
Well, just quick. Is it Ayrton? How do you pronounce his name, Irene?
Ayrton.
Who's in Irene's downline?
Your downline.
Well, my downline, but he's gone President's team, and he was listed as the top, the most influential President's team member in Europe about a month ago, with the strongest leaders in Europe out of all the teams in Europe. Anyway, he used to every night when he was building his business, and Dagmar told me this, he used to listen to Mark Hughes tapes every single night. Yeah. And that's how he built his business, on Mark Hughes's philosophy.
No,
so it doesn't go out of fashion, does it?
No. And I was surprised, because I thought the French guy that came over to do the training,
Quentin,
I thought that Quentin would be number one, but he wasn't.
I think Quentin was surprised as well. Sorry.
Yeah, but we were very proud of him. When we were in Austria, he drove us around showing us Austria, and met his family and his parents and his aunts and his, everybody. It was beautiful, really.
And he was only Get Team then?
He was. Yes, he was. No, he wasn't even. I was going. Oh, yes, he was Get Team. He was. Yes. Yeah. But it's amazing to see the difference in people as they, like you, Shelley, as we go through Herbalife and continue to work and to grow. It's amazing what can happen for a person, don't you think?
Absolutely. Yep.
I'm excited about this year. I feel I can do something.
So
it's slowing down a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit, isn't it?
Connection.
Yeah.
So I think that's, so this was a little bit of a different call, Maureen, but I will take you on send you a link to a couple of the others just so you get the gist of how it does go.
Thank you, Shelley. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but it's always a different topic, and often I'll add a lot of personal development stuff into because I do like that to come in, but a lot of it's back to basics, stuff that you would already know, and trying to keep it really simple, and getting a lot of people to contribute as well. We've got some really great people. Even though this is probably holiday time for a lot of people, I think, this is the year that we really want to help people grow and help people get to that next level, including ourselves. And just show how we can all work together, because I do feel that needs to be demonstrated, that you all lock arms, we all go together. We're all in Mark Hughes' organisation, and really and show that that's how it's done. And I think it's a really good example to set for the whole of Herbalife, basically.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Here.
So you all have the new call link. I'm totally sorry about that. I didn't realise until I got on that they'd finished for this year. I just thought it was continuing on. And then I've gone, oh no. So I've just jumped on and created the new one and then sent it out. So that's okay. That should run now for the rest of the year. Which is great. So I'll make sure I post what the call topic's going to be for the coming week, and then we'll start talking. I'll be in touch with all of you on who wants to contribute as well. And I'd absolutely love you and Con to come up and do another healthy aging.
Absolutely. He's still not quite there yet. He's on very heavy medication.
Yeah, even mid-year would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as he's well enough that I feel he can, I will bring him up.
Irene, will you be coming to Adelaide?
We both are.
Oh, good.
Both are. And we're going to the STS next Saturday. I can drive, and he doesn't have the bottle and all of the things that made him look really sick. Then we just have to be careful still. But it's more internal now. The infection is very hard to get rid of.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Very, very hard.
Yeah.
Let me just say that a normal person has, in his blood count, has under 5, and Conrad had 161.
Oh gosh.
He was not in a good place.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So we have to be a bit patient, but he's very brave, and he's very determined, and he's very disciplined, everything I'm not. And he inspires me just to see how he, I have your recording still, I better something more.
Let him know we're thinking.
Just in case he sees it.
No, he won't.
We're thinking of him, and we're sending him lots of positive.
I will,
yes.
I will, of course, I will.
So, well, thank you very much for being on the call, Maureen. It's so exciting to have you on.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you for having me on.
And my regulars as well. And I know we've got about 8 to 10 that jump on quite regularly, but I'd love to build on that and get a whole brand new bunch of people.
Yes.
We'll talk about the challenge. We've got a bit of a call list, so I'll get a bit of a schedule and have a chat to you about that over the next week. And by the end of the month, we should be into a really good and I'll start looking at that weekly video call for promotions on the best way to do that, because I think that will be a nice different way of doing it. So it's quite visual and audio, and people can also listen to it. So they can listen to it, they don't just have to read it.
Mm-hmm.
And after Spectacular, then I'll just contact you, and I'll work out how I can help you as well.
Okay, that would be lovely.
Oh, I'm really
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye. Stop recording, so I'll say goodbye.
Night.
Bye.
Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you, Shelley. Night.